Hello, everybody. This is Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com coming to you with the January 6th wrap up for you to use today for the market. So, I first want to apologize that everything was not done before 8 p.m. Eastern Time last night. What happened is in the morning, I got a call to go hiking up to the Big L in Lahaina. If you guys are not familiar with Maui, we have Lahaina Luna High School up here. And up, way on top of the hill, you can see this big giant L. Like the class in the 70s did it. I can't even remember. I should know. Anyway, we went all the way up there and actually made it to the L and looked at the L up close. And we went and we checked out David Malo's grave. Now, had we would have had a competent leader at first, the whole trip should have only taken about 4 hours. But he was incompetent. And I had to take over ship by the time we were going down the hill, and we did get back within 6 hours. But it's put me behind. My chat room is extremely busy, and I know some of you guys in the gold forums that don't think that I'm around much. It's because the platinum room is going off. There's a ton of conversation there, and there's nothing I can do. They pay for me to be there, and so I had to be there after the hike. But I've been here 9 years, and I've never done it before. I had to do it. But today was a great day, and it was a way to celebrate the day almost in a way. I want to start with the NASDAQ, and as we can see, the NASDAQ had a 1.5% gain. The best news, though, volume was higher, not only than the day before, but higher above the 50-day volume average. Congratulations, NASDAQ. This actually shows that with the 1.5% gain, institutional investors have actually stepped in and decided to go to work. So now, even though the short-term trend was up and the sub-intermediate term trend was up, I was still extremely cautious on the rally, even though we have long that we went long last month in December, and it now has a total gain for us of 40% in under a month, actually, as it's still 6 days away from being a full month. So 40% on 4-to-1 margin under a month. There we go. We're back on track. But anyway, we're getting longer and longer. We've gone from 3 longs at the start of December to 12 longs now. We've gone from 37 shorts to 32 shorts. And that's the bad news. Most of my long-term shorts are still working. So there is no reason to fully cover all of my shorts thinking that a new bull market is coming, because most of my shorts rallied today on lower volume or slightly above average, and I haven't checked out my full sells, but the few that are going to show up or that might show up, remember, I'm just getting back, that do have huge volume sells, I'll fully cover. I'll fully cover those. But if there isn't huge volume, I'm not going to fully cover it. So it's been a good time for our longs recently, and it's been a great time for our shorts long term. Recently not good, but we took profits before all this big run. We took profits in November, so we're doing very well out there, everybody, and I hope everybody's happy with that certain stock that we now have a 40% gain in. That's pretty clear, is one of my favorites. If not, don't worry. We have 2 more longs tonight. Both are okay. They had a chance to be perfect. Both of them had a chance to be perfect. Both blew it. Still both really nice. We're going to go long both of those. So I'll do a part 2 because I do believe I'll have time. So come back and check. Now, let's go ahead and finish the rest of this. We see the NASDAQ up 1.5% on higher volume. How about the S&P 500? Up 0.8%. Volume was under the 50-day volume average. The only good news is that volume was higher than the day before, so that is some comfort, even though, as you can see up close, the open to close was well off the highs intraday. And as you can see at the NASDAQ, it was similar, because I didn't show you that the close was actually a little weak, and that kind of killed those new longs that we're going to have from being perfect. But at the same time, it helped also set up what will be probably a brand new short. Now let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And as you can see, the same situation. Weak open, extremely strong move to the high of the day, and then a big pullback. Still closed up 0.7%. Only problem with this index, volume was lower. Still, like I said, short-term trend past couple of weeks is up. Sub-intermediate term trend from the November lows, up. Intermediate trend from June, down. Long-term trend from 2008. Clearly, it's down. And the Dow Jones is still down 33% from that time, while the NASDAQ during that time is down 39%. So yikes, yikes, yikes to all those that believed in buy and hold and that told me that I was a big idiot for not buying all the banks back in March. It's a disappointment I didn't buy Lehman like I was told, huh? Or Bear Stearns or Goldman Sachs or Bank of America. And I can't remember what some of the other banks are. Oh, Morgan Stanley was recommended. Merrill Lynch was recommended. Let's take a look at Merrill Lynch. Ugh. Let's take a look at Morgan Stanley. Yeah, not as bad. Let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. Let's take a look at Lehman Brothers. Haha. Oh, let's take a look at Bear Stearns. Oh, good thing I didn't listen to that person. So, I would take heed with what I say. Long term, intermediate term, still down. Sub-intermediate term, short term, we're up, and that's bullish short term. But still, look at this S&P 500. Still, what? We can't have any rally on higher volume. Now, it was a blessing to us today that the NASDAQ did this. Maybe that's why NASDAQ stocks are representative out of our 12 stocks, I believe, 11 of them. And then the 2 new longs tonight, NASDAQ. So now we're going to have 14 longs, 13 are going to be from the NASDAQ. I think that's extremely telling. It might be 12 from the NASDAQ now, or 12 or 13. I don't know. I think it's 13, actually. But anyway, no matter what, it's clear that the NASDAQ is leading short term. But also, let's take a look at the S&P 600. And as you can see, up 1.7%. Not sure if volume was higher. I'm going to have to check Investors Business Daily. But bottom line, sub-intermediate short-term trend is up. Don't be afraid to go long. A very beautiful chart. Like there's any of those out there, really. I mean, there's one, and we're already long. But then there's... wasn't perfect, really, and now we have 2 non-perfect ones, but maybe someday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the commodities, because it's a routine that I do here, seems like now. Oil holding in there at 48.54, no biggie. Platinum, strong day today, up 2%. You took that long with the move over the 50-day moving average. You now have a 12% gain on your futures contract on platinum without your margin. Silver, up again today. If you would have taken the silver long, you're now up almost 12% on silver still. And as you can see, more hammer patterns, big tails, low close, higher, or low open, higher close, big tail. And then, of course, my favorite commodity, gold. And as you can see, you take that first long, you lost money. Had you taken the second long, you'd be up anywhere from 6 to 11% depending on where you went long, because hopefully as a futures investor you would use intraday charts, but constantly watch your daily chart, and as soon as a breakout over the 50 would happen, you would go. You don't necessarily need to wait for a close with these, as you can tell. Let's go back and look at silver again. Look at platinum. I mean, once it made it over, and gold. Good old gold. So the dollar must have been destroyed today, right? Must have been. Had to have been. Of course not. It was up again. Only sad thing is that we have another shooting star. Last time we had a shooting star in October, small downtrend, but then we went up again. And then we were going up and doing fine, but then we got a couple shooting stars here, actually 3, and then a 4th one. We went down. But then a big hammer, open bodies, hammer, tail, dojis, whatever. Hammer, tail, open body, hammer, open body. Higher close to a lower open, but another shooting star. And it doesn't really matter if the shooting star is a shaded or open body with a higher close or lower close. Shooting star is just not good enough. At least it's up. And the good news is if you are long from that initial move over the 200-day moving average, you're still up 11%. And if you're long from that move over the 50-day moving average in July, you're still up 13% on the dollar. So dollar, gold, platinum, silver, oil, you know how I would trade them. I've made it clear. This is Joshua Hayes at BigWayTrading.com. Thank you for being patient. Trust me, I'm never going to do a hike like this again. This was my one shot. I'll be there like I was today. I'll be there tomorrow just like I was today. And I'll be with you guys all day long because I have this quarter-size blister on my left foot. And that means No surfing for probably a day. So you got me all day tomorrow, and then back to routine like we do every other day until the holiday season. So it's been fun. It was great. We're gonna get them tomorrow. 14 longs. Not bad. We're doing well out there. So are our shorts.